Hi, welcome to the Badly Drawn Boy vlog. My first ever Badly Drawn Boy vlog and possibly my last. So my intention for this particular vlog is to follow the adventures of myself and my friend Ted as we've travelled to the O2 Academy in Bristol to catch Badly Drawn Boy as he celebrates the 25th year anniversary of the Hour of the Bewilderbeast album. Yeah, so that Hour of the Bewilderbeast album came out when I was would have been 19. It's a great album. Love the album. We actually saw him around that time as well. That album came out at the same venue that we're going to see him tonight, the O2 Academy in Bristol. But what with it being over 20 years ago, it's I'm afraid I don't remember much about it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Badly Drawn Boys. He then went on to do the About the Boy soundtrack, didn't he? After that, which was loved that film with Hugh Grant and Nicholas Hoult, I think was the guy that played the boy. Tony Collette's in that film as well, and a good film. If you haven't seen that, I'd recommend checking that out. But yeah, Badly Drawn Boy did the soundtrack to that album, and I think he then did an album called Have You Fed the Fish, which was not as, in my opinion, not as strong as those two previous albums. I might have got the order wrong there. I think he might have done that and then About a Boy, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm not as strong, that album, I don't think, although I'm not as familiar with it as I am with the first album. But so yeah, so very much looking forward to seeing him tonight. Me and Ted try and go to three or four gigs a year. Looking forward to this one. It's a Friday today, so I'm going to be finishing work at about 5:30. I'll work from home. And then I will probably, if I've got time, grab something quickly to eat, or just probably more likely is that I'll just have to jump straight on the train. I'll have to get into Twin Town Centre, get on the train, and then I'm meeting Ted at Chippenham. He's very kindly offered to drive from, because he lives in Chippenham, drive us from Chippenham to Bristol, and then he said he'd give me a lift back home, all directly to Swindon afterwards as well. So that's very kind of him. Thanks very much to Ted for that.
I've driven here. I leave the car in
But no, don't we? Friday in Bristol. Living a dream.
Contagious when it's alright. Love is contagious. Love is contagious when it's alright. Love is contagious.
There's Ted there buying me a pint at the interval. Good lad. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any further clips of the second half of the gig as the battery had gone on my phone. But yeah, it was certainly an interesting performance. I think he was beset with some technical issues in the first half, along with he seemed to forget some of the words to a couple of the songs. And there was an occasion when he sort of was quite sort of short with the members of his band, like, oh, don't play the drums in this bit. And then he was like berated himself a little bit. And then there was some comments from some members of the crowd saying, oh, cheer up, mate. And then he, after that song had finished, he said, don't tell me to cheer up, I'm trying my best. And yeah, certainly seems like a bit of a tortured soul. With regards to the band themselves, there was nothing wrong with them, the proficiency of the musicians, but there seemed to be no real chemistry between them. They're all a lot younger than him. It looked like they were sort of in the, their mid to late 20s, like session musicians, and there was no real energy in the performance for me. The songs, I love that album. The songs are great. He's obviously got an ear for a melody. He's never been a great singer, we know that, but it was no sort of, didn't seem to be much enthusiasm or passion in the performance. Having said all that, we had a great night. Certainly plenty to talk about. It wasn't, it wasn't boring, and it wasn't bad either. It was just interesting. But I don't know if it comes across in the clips. It's obviously tricky, isn't it, when it's just recorded on a mobile phone? But it seemed there's no doubt that he was trying his hardest, because he was getting cross and stuff. He was getting getting angry that things were going wrong. So he obviously cares, but it just seemed like it was difficult for him, and yeah, probably not his best performance. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.